Good morning, everyone. Just a few reminders before we start today's hearing. Upon calling the case, the clerk shall make a roll call of all the parties or participants who file their respective pleadings to participate in today's hearing. At the end of the hearing, the clerk shall send the attendance sheet to the email addresses of all the participants who are able to attend the said hearing. Kindly affix your signature on the attendance sheet that will be sent to your respective email addresses. The participants should send back in Word file the duly signed attendance sheet, together with the respective company or government IDs, to the clerk's email address at kacfilion@drc.ph. The parties and those who have requested to participate or observe in today's hearing shall be required to turn on the respective video cameras at all times during the virtual hearing. Participants shall ensure that the names of the party or stakeholder being represented are properly reflected on the respective videos. For those who wish to record the proceedings, they must seek permission from the Commission prior to such recording. However, only the Commission's recording shall be considered official and will form part of the records of the case pursuant to Section 16, Rule 18 of the Commission's revised Rules of Practice and Procedure. The participants are reminded to observe the rules as provided in the letter of invitation. Thank you. We'll start the hearing po in a few minutes. Attorney Filion, please call the case. Yes, Your Honor. The Commission is now in session to be presided by Honorable Attorney Bea Constancia B. Patino. The hearing for today is for ERC case number 2024-113RC, entitled in the matter of the joint application for approval of the Renewable Energy Supply Agreement, or RESA, between Zamboanga del Norte Electric Cooperative, or ZANECO, and ASTRONERGY Development DIPOLOG Inc. or ASTRONERGY, with prayer for provisional authority and/or interim relief and confidential treatment. The applicants are Zamboanga del Norte Electric Cooperative, or ZANECO, and ASTRONERGY Development DIPOLOG Inc. or ASTRONERGY, For the applicants, kindly enter your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. I am Attorney Redbert Christie Maynes from Garcia Quijano and Associates. I am the counsel of the joint applicants ZANECO and ASTRONERGY.
That's all for Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Felion. Okay, the appearance of Attorney Maynes for ZANECO and ASTRONERGY is duly noted by the Commission. Tama, you're representing both parties.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that is noted. So as mentioned by our clerk, our hearing for today is for ERC case number 2024-113 RC entitled in the matter of the application for approval of the renewable energy supply agreement between Zamboanga del Norte Cooperative Inc. and AstroNergy Development DIPOLOG City Inc. With prayer for provisional authority and or interim relief and confidential treatment of information. So our applicants for today is ZANECO and ASTRONERGY. Okay, before we begin, I would first like to acknowledge the presence of the commission staff. So for our clerk of the commission, we have Attorney Katrina Ayas Filion. For our stenographer, we have Ma'am Ezra Arsena. For our legal handling lawyers, we have Attorney Curtis A. Bernal and Attorney J.P. Morao. For our ROS representative, we have Ma'am Jocelyn Ludovice. And for our LS Technical, we have Sir Daniel Joshua Reyes and we have Sir Ian Agapao. Matters before we proceed to our hearing. So our hearing for today is for the determination of jurisdictional compliance and expository presentation. So we confirm the receipt of your jurisdictional compliance on 27 November 2024, as well as the expository presentation. Okay, now let's begin. You may utilize the share screen option of MS Teams and begin your presentation. Also, I would first like to acknowledge the presence of the dedicated place for the member consumers. I think you have 2 places dedicated for, I think 3, tama, attorney? Tatlong places ba to? Dedicated for your public hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, let's begin. You may utilize the share screen option of MS Teams.
Yes, Your Honor. With your leave also, Your Honor, in ZANECO, because the separate laptops generates feedback, we have a centralized presenter of the presentations.
Okay, we will allow that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we would like to present, first of all, I would like to introduce myself again. I am Attorney Redbert Maynes from Garcia Quijano and Associates, and today I am with Engineer Vicente Aldoni Tomial, the Project Manager of AstroNergy, and Ms. Karine Wine Adriatico, the Power Trading Officer of ZANECO. I'd also like to greet the officers, officials, Your Honor, of ERC for thank you for inviting us today for this hearing and for the quick action on our joint petition of the joint applicants. I'd also like to greet the General Manager of ZANECO, Attorney Jordan Antonio, and also the member consumers who are in the live stream, watching in the live stream today. Thank you very much for joining us here. Your Honor, in our jurisdictional compliance with manifestation, we exhibited the compliance of the joint applicants to the order of the ERC promulgated on October 8, 2024. And first of which is the causing of the publication of notice hearing in 2 newspapers of nationwide circulation. The affidavit of publications in Business Mirror, as well as People's Independent Media Incorporated, that were published on November 8 and November 15, are duly exhibited in our jurisdictional compliance. For the second order to us, which is to furnish the copy of the order and notice of hearing to the Office of the Provincial Governor, mayors, and local government legislative bodies, we exhibited Exhibit YY to YY5 to prove that the said order was complied with. And maybe we can flash in the screen, Mr. Monitor. Your Honor, would you like to check the specific exhibits, each and every one of them? Or can we proceed with the listing?
Actually, what is the pleasure of the applicant? Because we have no, I would first like to confirm from our clerk if we have any interveners for this instant application.
Your Honor, as of December 3, 2024, the Commission has not received any petition for intervention or opposition in the instant application.
Okay, thank you, Attorney De Leon. Considering we have no interveners for this instant application at the moment, what's the pleasure of the applicant? We can forego of the individual viewing of the compliance, or do you wish to present each one of them?
It's okay for us to just run down the list, Your Honor, for your appreciation. Thank you very much,
Okay,
Your Honor.
we will allow that.
Then for the third order of the ERC, it's to inform the consumers within ZANECO franchise area by any means available the scheduled virtual hearing. So we exhibited exhibits ZZ to Z6 containing the affidavit of posting in ZANECO's website, the affidavit of posting in ZANECO's Facebook page, the certificate of performance of broadcasting in Infinite Radio 98.1 MHz, the affidavit of service to the Office of the City Mayor of Cebu, where the head office of ASTRONERGY is, then the affidavit also of posting and installation of billboards, as well as the certificate of posting to ASTRONERGY's bulletin board for the jurisdictional requirements. We were ordered also to furnish a copy of the order to the Office of the Solicitor General, to the Commission Audit, to the Committees of Energy of the Senate and the House of Representatives, and they are exhibited in as exhibits AAA to AA3 containing the said compliances. Moreover, we were ordered to furnish a copy of the joint application and its attachment, and we duly complied with the said order. We also would like to inform Your Honor that we were able to submit the hard copies of these documents to the ERC yesterday. We were also ordered by the ERC to submit a pretrial brief, which was duly included in our submission yesterday, and we also sent the electronic copy of this pretrial brief, including the judicial affidavits of our witnesses. We were also ordered to submit the copy of the expository presentation of ZANECO and ASTRONERGY, and they are duly submitted as annexes BBB and CCC respectively. With those, Your Honor, we pray that those documents be admitted as proof of the applicant's compliance with the jurisdictional requirements, and that the Honorable Commission will take jurisdiction over the instant joint application. Your Honor, if you would allow us, we will proceed with the expository presentations.
First, Attorney Maines, we will first ask our clerk for her observation on your jurisdictional compliance. Then, let's see if the Commission will acquire jurisdiction over this instant application. Then we will proceed to expository presentation later. So, before we rule on your jurisdictional compliance, may we ask our clerk for her observations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Attorney Maines, we will first ask our clerk for her observation on your jurisdictional compliance. Then, let's see if the Commission will acquire jurisdiction over this instant application. Then we will proceed to expository presentation later. So, before we rule on your jurisdictional compliance, may we ask our clerk for her observations?
Your Honor, upon perusal of the electronic copies of the documents submitted, we found that the applicant has substantially complied with the jurisdictional requirements set forth in the order of the Commission. However, we note of the following observations: that no affidavit of service for the service to the government offices of Office of the Solicitor General, Commission on Audit, Senate, and the House of Committee on Energy were submitted, but the transmitted letter with stamped receipt was submitted. Second, that the following certifications of posting bears no dry seal or has no apparent dry seal in the offices of Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Zamboanga del Norte, Office of the Sangguniang Panglungsod of Dapitan, Office of the Mayor of Dipolog City. Third, that the following certifications of posting that the following certifications of posting bears no official letterhead issued by the local government unit, or that the certification of posting is in a template or format that does not seem to be issued by the local government unit. However, we note that the following certification of posting bears the signature of the representative of the local government unit, and also some bear an apparent dry seal. These are the certification of posting issued by the Office of the Mayor of Dapitan City, Office of the Municipal Mayor in Sangguniang Bayan of Godot, Gutalak, J. Dalman, Kalawit, Katipunan, El Postigo, La Libertad, Labason, Liloy, Manukan, Mutya, Pinyan, Polanco, Rizal, Rojas, Salug, Osmeña, Siayan, Sibutad, Sindangan, and Tampilisan. That's all po.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Filion. Applicant, do you have any explanation on the observation of our clerk? So first, for her first observation, Attorney Maines, there is no affidavit of service to government offices such as OSG, COA, Senate, House of Representative Committees on Energy. But do you have transmitted letters and stamp receipt? However, we require an affidavit of service.
Yes, Your Honor. We submitted an affidavit of service yesterday for the during the submission of the hard copies, but we will also submit an e-copy of those affidavits of service for the pleasure of the Commission.
Okay, that is noted. For the second observation, for the non-apparent dry seals.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll check the documents again and see to check how we can make the dry seal apparent in the scanned copies of those documents. But rest assured that those were sealed by the respective offices where they came from.
Okay. How about for the third and the last observation of our clerk? The certification of posting does not bear any official letterhead issued by LGUs. It seems that these certifications are formatted.
Yes, Your Honor, because in the LGUs here in Zamboanga del Norte, they don't have that specific template. So they ask us to provide then the responsible officer was the one who submitted. But if the Commission will require, we will ask them to put it in the official letterhead.
Actually, no need for an official letterhead. We will just require the applicants to submit a written explanation why the certifications are formatted or pro forma. So you can just submit a written explanation and put your explanation on that. Yung na-mention mo kanina that we will allow that.
Yes, we will comply, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right. However, for next cases or moving forward, please make sure that there is a letterhead of the official LGUs.
Yes po. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, with the manifestation of our clerk, the explanation given by the applicants, the commission hereby acquires jurisdiction over this instant application. However, we will be directing the applicant to submit the remaining documents not yet submitted before the commission, and the written explanation on why the sum certification does not contain any letterheads from the official letterheads and dry seals from the LGUs.
Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor. Thank
now
you.
let's proceed now to the expository presentation. So who among your witnesses will present first?
It's ASTRONERGY, Your Honor, by Engineer Tomyal, the project manager.
Engineer Tomyal, do you have a video na sa'yo nakaharap or itong pangmalayuan na agad?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yan.
We will
better.
do the
Alright.
necessary adjustment.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Attorney Filion, please swear the witness. Swear under oath,
Okay.
or sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Witness, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may now lower your hand and please state your full name and other personal circumstances.
Yes, I am Engineer Vicente Aldoni H. Tumial. I am the project manager of the Liberty Solar Project and the authorized representative of ASTRONERGY Development DIPOLOG for this hearing.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Filion. Engineer Tomial, please loud and clear lang for the benefit of our stenographer and member consumers.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Okay, now I proceed for the presentation. Okay. Yeah. Mayong buntag sa tanan, to the member consumers of ZANECO, both online and on-site, to the members of the board of directors of ZANECO, the management and the staff, mayong buntag. Same courtesy to the board and management of ASTRONERGY, and most of all, a blessed morning to the ERC hearing team who is leading this virtual hearing. It is really my honor to deliver and present to you our share of the expository presentation of the instant application. Foremost, I would like to introduce to you our company. Our company is ASTRONERGY Development DIPOLOG. This is one of the solar pioneers in the development of utility-scale solar projects in Mindanao, dating as early as 2014. It is evidenced by our solar energy service contract with the Department of Energy under SESC number 2014-12-093 for the development of the Liberty Solar Project in Barangay La Union, La Libertad, Zamboanga del Norte. Presently, we have an existing and validly executed RESA with ZANECO, which is the subject of this application. And I will be discussing the salient features of the agreement. Number one, for the contract term of this agreement was patterned in light with the ERC Resolution number 16 series of 2023, of which for a greenfield project such as the Liberty Solar, the contract term is set at 20 years from the date of delivery. The delivery date shall be within 8 months from the date of issuance by the ERC of a provisional authority or interim relief or final approval, whichever comes first. Second, for the contract quantity, the Liberty Solar Project, which is, by the way, it's ongoing construction right now, is designed to deliver to ZANECO during each contract year an energy equivalent to 11,250 megawatt hours per year. This was derived using PBC's simulation software, which analyzes projected energy yields using historical satellite data. And then at the point of delivery, the delivery point will be at the metering side of the project, more specifically at the project's plant gate. Now, for the seller's and buyer's obligation, the seller is expected and obligated to deliver 5 megawatts AC to ZANECO for the term of the contract. And for every energy that is delivered at the point of delivery, the buyer shall purchase the said available energy at the rate of 5 pesos and 90 centavos per kilowatt hour, and it is to be subjected to adjustment rate specified under Schedule 4 of the RESA. And then feature number 5 is for the energy component breakdown. Now, as for the energy rate, it is broken down into these 3 major components. We have here the capital recovery fee, the fixed operation and maintenance, or the FOM fee. We also have the variable operation and maintenance, or the VOM. For the CRF, for the capital recovery fee, it provides 100% recovery of the capital outlay of the developer. And then for the fixed O&M, it will take care of the O&M, GNA, property tax, insurances. And for this variable O&M, it should handle for the business tax, the government share, ER 1-94, which is contingent to the energy generation. As for the billing formula, the energy charges are subject to monthly adjustments based on the following formula and indices. There is this component for local O&M. As you can see here in the slides, there is this 27.77%, and this will be charged for the fixed local and variable local component. And here's another 8.72%, which should take care for the fixed foreign component, or for the replacement, to service the replacement of the, especially for major equipment, which primarily are imported equipment. And then for the monthly energy payment schedule, ZANECO and ASTRONERGY agreed to set the date of payment to be every 25th of each month, with billing date every 10th day for each month as well. Now, this project, since this is solar, renewable, it's embedded as well, and then it is within the threshold of the CSP exempt. We say that this is a CSP exempt because it is within the parameters or criteria identified by the DOE under Department Circular 2023-06-0021, whereby it's stated in Section 2.3 of the said circular, and I quote, "The conduct of CSP shall not be required under the following conditions if, number 1, if the generating plant should be embedded within the DU's franchise area. Second, if it is utilizing renewable energy resource. Third, the contracted capacity shall not exceed 10 megawatts. So this project, this application is CSP exempt. For the corporate profile of the developer, the project company, ASTRONERGY Development DIPOLOG, is majority owned by Cebu-based property developer, the Apple One Properties Inc., which holds 60% shares, and then 30% from Citadel Fidelis Holdings, and the remaining shares are held by minority shareholder. For the project entitlement, the Liberty Solar is covered with an environmental compliance certificate under ECC-RO9-1507-0055 issued by the DNR Region 9 EMB. Another project entitlement is our BOI project registration. We are showing these permits to substantiate our readiness to deliver the contracted capacity to ZANECO. It is respectfully prayed for that the joint application to the ERC be granted provisional authority or interim relief for the immediate implementation of the provision of the RESA. Further prayed for is the confidential treatment of the following annexes, GG, HH, KK, NN, and OO, pursuant to Rule 4 of the ERC's Rules of Practice and Procedure. We fervently hope that a decision be rendered approving the joint application after hearing on the merits of this application. Thank you very much. That's all, Your Honor. Good morning.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Tomial. For an orderly proceedings, all questions for Astronergy will be raised later. Let's proceed with your next witness. Who will be your next witness, Attorney Maines?
Our next witness is Ms. Karine Wine Adriatico, the Power Trading Officer of ZANECO, Your Honor.
Attorney Filion, please administer the oath for Ms. Adriatico.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Witness, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may now lower your hand and please state your full name and other personal circumstances.
I am Karen Wine Adriatico. I have been an employee of ZANECO since year 2011 up to the present. Currently, I am the Power Trading Officer of ZANECO.
Okay, Ms. Adriatico, again, for the benefit of our stenographer and our records, loud and clear lang yung presentation. Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. To our hearing officer for this morning, Attorney Bea Batino, and ERC legal staff, Ms. Katrina Aya C. Filon, and to all ERC officials present this morning via online, ZANECO management headed by Attorney Jordan Chan Antonio, Board of Directors headed by Board President Armando Biliganio, Legal Counsel Attorney Redbert Chris Maines, and to all member consumers of ZANECO, good morning. Mayong buntag ka natong tanan. This is an expository presentation for the approval of the Renewable Energy Supply Agreement, or RESA, between Zamboanga del Norte Electric Cooperative Incorporated, or ZANECO, and ASTRONERGY Development DIPOLOG Incorporated, or ASTRONERGY, with prayer for provisional authority and or interim relief and confidential treatment. This is the outline of the presentation. Part A will be the ZANECO system and overview. Part B is the rationale. Part C was already discussed by Engineer Tumial, and Part D is the rate impact. Here is the ZANECO system map. ZANECO has 7 substations. First is the M1 substation. It is 20 MVA covering the Pitan City, Sibutad, La Libertad, and Rizal. Second is the M2 substation, 5 MVA covering Salug, Gudod, Leon, Pustigo, Cheyenne, and parts of Sindangan. M3 substation is 5 MVA, but this is currently idle. It was removed from the grid last September 30, 2020 for the repair of its gantry. The M4 substation is 20 MVA covering Dipolog City, Polanco, Pinian, and Mutia. M5 substation is 5 MVA covering Liloy, Labason, Gutalak, Tampilisan, and Kalawit. The M6 substation is 5 MVA covering Manukan, Josidalman, Rojas, Katipunan, and Sergio Osmeña. Lastly, the M7 substation is 10 MVA covering Sindangan, Cheyenne, and Leon, Pustigo. Next slide. This is the ZANECO profile as of October 2024. ZANECO was organized and registered with NEA last August 23, 1972. It covers 2 cities, 21 municipalities, 585 barangays and has a total of 199,280 total number of customer connections. Circuit kilometers of line energized is 8,788.07. ZANECO is AAA, color green, classification mega large. And I would like to correct the peak load and average load. This is supposed to be 56.22 as of October 2024, and the average load is 42.67 as of October 2024. Power factor is 99.64, load factor is 75.9, and the collection efficiency current is 104.84%. ZANECO has total number of 287 regular employees. The application and its purpose. This application is filed in compliance with DOE Circular DC 2017-12-0015, promulgating the rules and guidelines governing the establishment of renewable portfolio standards for on-grid areas. And in addition, under ERC Resolution Number 16, Series of 2023, implementing guidelines for the procurement, execution, and evaluation of power supply agreements entered into by the distribution utilities for the supply of electricity to their captive market. Next slide, please. The historical data of ZANECO. As of October 2024, ZANECO has a total number of 185,414 customers. We have three classifications of customers. First, residential with a number of 172,355. Second is the low voltage with a number of 11,709. And lastly, higher voltage with only 1,350. The energy sales of ZANECO as of October 2024 in terms of kilowatt-hour is a total of 27,514,248.6. 52% of this is residential, 32% is low voltage, and the remaining 12% is higher voltage. Shown here is the ZANECO demand requirement. The yellow portion of the graph is the ZANECO base load. It is approximately 35 megawatt, occurring from interval 1 to 24, while the green portion of the graph is the intermediate load. It occurs in some intervals before the peak load. The red portion is the peak load and the maximum point within a given period of time, or in a day. Next slide. We have here the 7-year historical data of ZANECO starting from the year 2017 to 2023. For the year 2017, the demand in kilowatt is 39,080. And by the year 2023, the demand is already 54,990. Next slide. Same goes to the historical energy purchase of ZANECO. This is also 7 years. The graph is also in an increasing manner. Starting from the year 2017, the purchased energy of ZANECO is 209,458 megawatt-hour. And by the year 2023, the purchased energy is already 321,244.45 megawatt-hour. Thank you. The demand forecast. This is also a 7-year demand forecast starting from the year 2025 up to 2031. So by next year, ZANECO is expected to reach 63.03 megawatt. By the year 2031, it will be 77.88 megawatt, given a growth rate of an average of 4% annually. The energy purchase forecast of ZANECO. So with the increase of demand in 2025, there will also be an increase in energy purchase. So from the year 2025, having an energy purchase of 376,140 megawatt-hour to the year 2031 with an energy purchase of 539,837 megawatt hour. The forecasted customer data of ZANECO: by next year, ZANECO will already have a total number of 203,552 number of customers. By the end of 2031, it will become a total of 270,061 number of customers. Here is the table of the current power suppliers of ZANECO with its corresponding contracted capacity as of October 2024. The first is the power sector assets and liabilities management with 11 megawatt contracted capacity. Second is the Therma South Incorporated or TSI, 5 megawatt contracted capacity. Sarangani Energy Corporation or SEC, 5 megawatt contracted capacity. GN Power Kauswagan or GNPK is 25 megawatt for a total of 46 megawatt. Next slide. Now, this is a table of the historical and forecasted supply and demand scenario of ZANECO. Let's take a look at the present year. So as we can see, ZANECO has a peak demand of 57.5 megawatt, having only a total supply of 46.2 megawatt. So we have a deficit of 11.32 megawatt already by this year. So by 2025, the deficit will become 17.25. And by the year 2026, it will escalate since the contract of PISAM will end by that year. Next slide, please. So here is an example of a peak day without ASTRONERGY. If you can see the red portion, it represents the deficit on peak hours. That is from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Right now, the deficit is exposed to the market or the wholesale electricity spot market. Next slide, please. The second graph is an example of a peak day with ASTRONERGY. Given 4% growth rate applied on the peak day, as you can observe, the red portion or the deficit is reduced. Next slide. So why contract with ASTRONERGY? First reason, as we can recall in the previous slides, there was a deficit on the peak hours. ASTRONERGY can fill in that deficit because it is daytime peaking requirement. Second is the Renewable Portfolio Standards or RPS compliance. Next slide, please. So as a background, presented here is the RPS rules as the basis for RPS compliance. So this is market-based policy that requires the mandated participants to source a portion of their energy supply from eligible RE facilities. With given Department Circular Number DC 2017-12-0015 promulgating the rules and guidelines governing the establishment of the renewable portfolio standards for on-grid areas. This was approved last 22 of December 2017 with the main objective: the RE share of electricity coming from RE resources in the energy mix shall be based on the aspirational target of 35% in the generation mix expressed in megawatt hour by 2030. This is required to all mandated participants, including ZANECO, that portion of their energy purchase must come from a renewable energy source. So in relation to the RPS compliance, ZANECO must maintain the required number of renewable energy certificates or RECs. Shown in the graph is that ZANECO already experienced a shortfall last year and will continue to experience a REC shortfall up to the covered forecasted year 2032. The REC shortfall is highlighted in red color. Next slide, please. So here is ZANECO ASTRONERGY RESA rate impact analysis. This is a table wherein we can see the peak demand for the month, 55,842, with corresponding energy purchased from our current power suppliers. So we can see the blended generation cost in pesos per kilowatt hour. It is 6.1124. Below, down ang palihog, please. Thank you. Below is with ASTRONERGY. With the same batch of power suppliers but with lesser allocation on coal-fueled generators. The total blended cost is 6.0304 pesos per kilowatt hour with indicative rate impact on generation cost, 0.0820 reduction. And since ASTRONERGY is a renewable energy source, we can have savings on generation VAT. And since it is an embedded source, we can have savings on the transmission charge. So we'll have a total of 0.2926 indicative rate impact in pesos per kilowatt hour. This is still an indicative rate impact because it is still subject for ERC evaluation and approval. Next slide, please. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you all for your attention.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Adriatico. Okay, before the commission asks its questions for the applicants, may I first ask our member consumers attending today's hearing, do you have any question for our applicants? Para dun sa nag-share screen, okay lang if you can end na yung presentation. Thank you. Any question from the applicant, from the member consumers? From ZANECO Pinyan, I can see meron tayong attendees here. Meron po ba kayong question for the applicants? Wala at the moment. For ZANECO DIPOLOG area services, do you have any questions for the applicants? For Sindangan area, do you have any questions for the applicants? Sorry, I think may nagsasaltad sa may ZANECO DIPOLOG. Nakamute po kayo, sir. Do you have any questions? No questions for our applicants from the member consumers? Okay, balikan ko na lang kayo later. Baka may questions pa kayo. Now let's proceed with the questions from the commission. I'd first like to call our ROS representative, Ma'am Jocelyn Lodovice. Do you have any questions po for our applicant?
Good morning, Your Honors. Yes po, I do have few questions for the applicant. So first is with regards to the submitted supply-demand scenario. So for confirmation, in your submitted supply-demand scenario, is the peak demand includes the demand for your contestable customers, or it's just for the captive customers?
That includes the contestable, ma'am.
The contestable customers.
Yes po.
Also, the supply-demand scenario that you presented in your expository presentation, is it the same supply-demand scenario that was submitted in the application?
Yes, yes po.
Okay.
However, sorry, Ma'am Jocelyn. I think kanina meron kayong data na binago. Yung
Yes
dun
po.
sa may peak, record na lang din natin na to submit this, no?
Yes, yes, Your Honor, I will.
Yes po. Please submit po the updated supply demand scenario with the peak demand for your captive customers.
Yes, ma'am, noted po.
Also, you did not include in your submission of your supply demand scenario, did you include the forecasted capacity from AstroEnergy?
We did not include po.
Okay, what is the expected capacity from Astro?
5 megawatt po, ma'am.
5 megawatts. Okay, please also include the forecasted capacity from AstroNergy. And then for my next question, okay. Right now, what is the actual peak demand of ZANECO po? Is it higher or lower than what was submitted in your supply demand scenario?
It is around 56 megawatt, ma'am, as of October.
56 megawatts. So it is
Higher than.
it is higher.
Yes po.
Okay. So please update na lang po your supply demand scenario.
Yes po.
And then based on your again submitted supply demand scenario, you have a deficit of around 11 megawatts.
Yes.
Tama po ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
So do you have an ongoing CSP or upcoming CSP? So how do you provide for that deficit?
Right now, we have an ongoing CSP po.
Mhm.
It is a mix
Uh,
of 10 megawatt renewable.
Okay, can you just submit po your own, is it also based on your PSPP?
Yes po, ma'am.
Also, can you confirm if the RESA with AstroNergy is also consistent with your PSPP?
Okay po.
Can you confirm po if the 5 megawatt capacity from AstroNergy is also consistent with your PSPP?
Yes po.
Consistent.
Yes.
Did you submit po the PSPP for,
20.
have you submitted po the, which
Yes.
includes, okay. And then, what were the considerations made by ZANECO in selecting AstroNergy as their power supplier for its 5 megawatt renewable energies supply?
Can you repeat po?
What were po your considerations in choosing AstroNergy as your as the supplier for your 5 megawatts renewable energy supply?
Okay po, thank you. It is a renewable source po, and second, it is embedded in ZANECO area.
Si AstroNergy lang po ba yung nag-offer kay ZANECO? Or there were other offers from different suppliers?
Currently po, yung aming CSP, yung naka-CSP, yun lang ata po.
But for this 5 megawatts, wala na kung ibang
Wala.
nag-offer kay ZANECO.
None po.
And then also, previously, meron na i-file dito na PSA, also with the same din kay Astro din. Ano na pong nangyari din sa application na po ninyo? Did it pursue?
Mr. De Vice, Engineer Tomiel can answer the question.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. Yeah, it's true. We have already filed this application as early as May of 2016, and then it was heard by the ERC December of 2016. But however, there were unfortunate events that happened because of that Supreme Court decision affecting this contract. In short, we have filed it again to the ERC to comply with the existing DOE circular regarding the CSP, and of course to comply as well with the ERC's current policy on the CSP. So we've been developing this project as early as 2014. And then, yeah, this is just right now that we are again having this application and then hearing as well. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so ano lang po siya, parang it's the same, pareho lang siya nung previous application. However, it's affected by Alianza case. Kaya nire-refile niyo siya ngayon, tama po ba?
Yes, ma'am, that's true, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, that's true.
And then, meron po bang battery itong solar power plant?
For this installation, we don't employ the BESS system. It's just pure grid-tied.
Mhm. Also, you mentioned that previously, meron na kayong agreement between ZANECO and ASTRONERGY for this particular RESA. However, it was affected nga by Alianza case. Were there, in terms of the contract and its provisions, meron po bang pagkakaiba yung previous PSA provisions sa provisions ngayon, especially as to the rate? Yung offered rate po ba is tumaas siya or bumaba?
Ms. De Vice, we will confirm po about the rate, but there were many differences because of course, we follow the template of the ERC when they posted the new CSP policy. So there were changes, and actually, it was those were part of the negotiations for this agreement, and of course, we endeavored to preserve whatever we can preserve. But since there were changes in the policy, there were also changes in the RESA that was eventually signed.
And then, the contract term for the instant RESA is 20 years. Nagko-coincide po ba yung contract term sa franchise ni ZANECO? Within the franchise period pa siya ni ZANECO yung contract term?
The franchise of ZANECO is 2030.
Will end on 2030?
Yes po, but we are processing for renewal po. And we are at the Congress na po. And we were approved, luckily, kahapon.
Please just submit po those documents na na-approve. Tama po ba yung extension ng franchise niyo?
Okay po.
ZANECO.
Yes, we will submit po.
To clarify po, it's in the House of Representatives right now.
Also for ASTRONERGY, so you have submitted various government requirements in your application. However, there were just variances in terms of the capacity of the solar power plant. Like for instance, for the BOI, um, in February 22, 2021, the BOI amended the capacity of the solar plant from 6 megawatts to 7 megawatts DC. And then the registration of solar energy service contract. I think it did not include any capacity from the solar power plant. And then for the DOE confirmation of commerciality, it's also 7 megawatts. And then for the DOE certificate of endorsement, it's 5 megawatts. And then for the ECC, well, it was stated that on July 8, 2015, the DENR issued ECC to ASTRONERGY for the 90 megawatt solar power plant project. So, can you just submit a written explanation for the different capacities stated in the different government requirements that you have submitted?
Yes, ma'am. We will do the necessary explanation for that one. Yeah, but I can also answer it now. if you may.
You can answer it now, pero please provide us a write-up. Yes, especially for other questions raised by Ma'am Jocelyn.
Okay, ma'am. We'll just provide for that write-up. Thank you.
I think, Your Honor, that would be all the questions for the technical side. Other questions will be propounded during the next hearing.
All right, thank you, Ma'am
Thank
Jocelyn.
you.
Okay, now for the legal side, Attorney Morel, do you have any questions for our applicant?
Good morning, Your Honor. Just one question for AstroNergy. In Annex D of its application, it's solar energy contract with the DOE. It doesn't state or show the SESC number. It says SESC number 2014. May we inquire as to the specific number?
Yes, sir. The SEEC number is 2014-12-097. That is for the service contract we have with the Department of Energy.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yes, sir.
No further questions from me as of the moment, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Attorney Morel. I do have a few point of clarifications. Doon nasagot naman na kanina, but can I confirm, I know yesterday meron din talagang franchise hearing si ZANECO. So can I ask again the status of the franchise hearing yesterday?
Hello. As per our yung franchise hearing, may proceedings po kahapon and hindi pa po siya approve sa HR, mag-deliberate pa po. Yun po yung nakuha ko na answer sa namin.
Yes. Pangilang na to? Pangilang reading na? Tama ba ako? Second or third reading na for second
po, Your
na,
Honor.
no? So, sa ngayon, pending pa yung status ng franchise hearing, tama?
Yes po, as per HR.
Alright. Yes, Ma'am Jocelyn, you're raising your hand.
May additional questions lang din po after po ng questions niyo. Thank you.
Alright, sige. This question lang, I know na this is exempted sa CSP, so one of the parameters para ma-exempt sa CSP is it should be embedded. Ano yung mga proof nyo na this is an embedded generation plan?
Hello. Yes, Your Honor. The Department of under the yes, that's right. One of the requirements for CSP exempt is that the project should be embedded within ZANECO system. The Department of Energy had already issued the confirmation of commerciality for this project, and then the service contract area, which is Barangay La Union, La Libertad, Zamboanga del Norte, is within the franchise area of ZANECO. Yeah, that's all, Your Honor.
All right. No further question on my end. Ma'am Jocelyn, do you have any questions pa?
Yes po. So, meaning, so since it's embedded, meaning, it will be directly connected to the to ZANECO substation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It will be connected to one of the feeders, feeder 3 of the Polo Dapitan substation of ZANECO.
Also, kanina na-mention that this instant ESA is for the RPS requirement of ZANECO. Pero ano po bang RPS requirement si ZANECO? Yun po yung pinakita nyo kanina, no?
Yes po, ma'am. That data is from ano?
The data po is from?
This is the forecasted shortfall po.
Okay. Galing po kanina yung data.
Ma'am?
Galing din po kay ZANECO yung data.
Yes.
Kayo po sa inyo. Okay. Please submit po also that your RPS requirement, and then enough na po ba yung contracted capacity or contracted energy from ASTRONERGY to be able to comply with your RPS requirement?
Hindi pa po. Medyo kulang pa po, ma'am. Not enough po yung ano namin.
So, this is one of your allegations in your provisional authority, tama po ba? And then, also, one of the allegations in your provision for your prayer for provisional authorities for the financial closing of ASTRONERGY. But it was mentioned kanina that the project is currently ongoing.
Yes, ma'am. Can I answer? Yes, in reality, we have already started the construction of the project way back June of this year. The developer is using its equity part for the time being while we are exhausting the equity side for the capital outlay of the project.
Okay, so to be able to complete the project, you need the approval from the commission so that you will be allowed to have a loan. Tama po ba?
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay, noted po on that clarification.
Thank you, ma'am.
I think, Your Honor, that would be all.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Jocelyn. Can I ask the applicant lang, did you receive yung order promulgated by the Commission on November 21, 2024? I think the Commission required you to submit several documents. Can I confirm if you've received this order?
21, Your Honor.
Yes, November 21, 2024.
Let me just check. Because if I remember, Your Honor, we received a notice to explain dated 26, but I am checking if we received something dated November 21. May I know the subject of the November 21 order, Your Honor?
I'll just share screen the said order, considering this was already promulgated by the commission. So in this order, the commission required the applicants to submit following documents. So first, franchise certificate of ZANECO, transmission service agreement between ASTRONERGY and NGCP, connection agreement between ZANECO and ASTRONERGY, and the commission notes that the subject of RESA was executed by the applicants ZANECO and ASTRONERGY on April 1, 2024. However, a perusal of certain documents pertains to different execution date. So for this instance, the letter request to NPC dated October 2, 2023 states that ZANECO and ASTRONERGY signed a RESA on September 18, 2023. On the other hand, ZANECO's Board Resolution number 27 series of 2024 approving the execution of the connection agreement with ASTRONERGY states that the parties entered into the RESA on December 12, 2024 for the supply of the 5 megawatt solar energy. So we need clarification on the discrepancy of the dates.
Yes, Your Honor. I confirm that this was the one we received on November 26, of which the deadline is today. And we actually have the draft already. We're just waiting for clearance from our senior lawyers. But we will submit
All right.
today.
Okay, please submit within the day, Attorney Maines.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, no further questions from the commission. Again, tatanungin ko lang yung member consumers, baka may hahabol pang tanong. From the member consumers, may questions po ba kayo? Okay, hearing none. Considering no further questions from both witnesses are excused. Before we terminate the expository presentation, do you have any manifestations, applicants, Attorney Maines?
None so far, Your Honor.
Considering no further manifestations from our applicant, the expository presentation is hereby terminated and our hearing for today is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.